Okay, Bismillah.
1 minute.
Thank you so much.
Alhamdulillah.
We have just met with Mr. President. We would like to know when you're here with your holiness.
Alhamdulillah wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man walahum bi ihsan ila yawmiddin. As you have seen, the group of ulama representing the Islamic groups were here, and we sat with Mr. President. And alhamdulillah, we are a medium through which the less privileged in society can send their views, their concern to the president. And alhamdulillah, we have taken up what people are saying about the hardship, the insecurity, and what have you. And alhamdulillah, the president listened to us. We are those who became the ambassadors of this government, or the people of Nigeria, to Niger Republic when, ECOWAS was about to be aparted. And we went there to Niger and talked to the people of Niger, and it yielded a fruitful result. And people are expecting that what is happening in Nigeria, that we should come and see President. And alhamdulillah, we're here, we met with the President, and alhamdulillah, President welcome us and appreciate what we are here for, what we brought. And he promised to tackle and take care. So we're appealing to both Nigerians, Muslim and Christians, that they should be patient. Inshallah, a result will come out. That's all we are here for. Thank you. Thank you.
Allah shiga wata malam.
Let's check us.
Okay.
After we talk to us.
Sir, what's where the assurances you got from Mr. President after your meeting?
Well, just like I said, we have conveyed the people's message to the president. He's been very receptive. He has told us the effort that his government has been making to ensure that the economy of this country is placed on a very sound footing. He admitted the fact that, or he rather acknowledged the fact that things could be a bit tough now, and he likened it to winning a child, who is being exclusively breastfed. It's tough. He identified with Nigerians and their suffering, and he assured that it is for good. In the interim, he has promised more intervention to, ameliorate the seeming suffering of the people. And in the days to come, he promised that Nigerians will see the result of all of these sacrifices. He, implored Nigerians not to allow fifth columnists to, mess with the peace of this country. And he cited the example of what is happening in Kenya right now, what has happened in Libya, what has happened in Sudan, and all the other places. And he urged Nigerians to resist the temptation of, being incited against government and, the destruction of this country.
So as religious leaders, what do you say to those who are planning to protest?
And now we have made it very clear. The reason we went to Niger is that we are a people who are promoting peace. We are anti-war. Even externally, internally, we are against insurrection, because this is not a protest. It is a protest that has the potential to lead to insurrection, the destruction of lives and properties and infrastructures. We are appealing to the people to shelve it. It is an ill wind that blows no one no good. We have conveyed their anger and frustration to government, and government has given reassurance that they are going to address it.
Thank you so much.
ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún sí lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí. ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún sí lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
àwọn ẹni òfò àwọn àáfàá iná
Did you hear the language he was using? The words. Nothing. No, wait, so before I even get to that, do you know that every one of them that goes into that ass old rock, they come back to talk the same way. They say the same thing. Thiefnubu said is aware that you are a little bit suffering, a little bit. That your suffering is like when they are breastfeeding a baby. You hear that Olori Brukwari? With the bed sheet, his own bed sheet, and like baby cot bed sheet on his head. There be no bigger one like that. They are sultan, right? Nothing. Nobody goes in there and comes out to tell you about the promise to change this policy, the promise to reverse this, so that can bring some relief. Nobody. They just go in there and come and say, oh, he was very receptive, was very nice to us, and we discussed a lot, and we can see he's so passionate about Nigeria. In fact, he's so sad that you are suffering. But one thing is that he said he will do something, that the government is working. In fact, they are going to roll out more rice. That's the way they talk. Then he went on to say, don't get somehow attracted to what is going on in Kenya. Don't be too attracted to, look at Sudan. Why can't they just say the truth to themselves and say, listen, if your policy is not working, making few people rich within your circle, I think it is time for you to reverse it for the sake of the generality of the people. You've tried it, it has failed, you couldn't do it, so reverse it. No, they all go in there, collect their money, come out, face the same camera, and they spit nonsense. Here is their soldier. I told you, they are activating those they can activate. And they are all talking about hijacking this, hijacking that. What is your job as a security officials? How come you have not been I mean, I expect them to have been arresting people. If they said they receive intel, they have a security report, intelligence report. All this is your intelligence report that some people want to hijack the protest. How come you have not arrested those people now? Do you want to, people should not protest because some people want to hijack it, so therefore, Abi, that makes sense in Nigeria context. Abi, now listen to this, the one they sent to the radio. The Nigerian Army says, Stevie Wonder, I want to forge you.
Well, you need to look at the contemporary context for what has initiated this protest. And we don't need to look further than Kenya.
Right.
They want to shadow what is happening in Kenya. And if we look at what's happening in Kenya, it's violent. There have been destructions of properties. And we know that for Nigerians, when we copy, that there are indications that there will be status-related violence. And what do I mean by that?
Right.
Good. You carry a smartphone. You think you're poor, but somebody can carry out violence to collect that phone from you. You drive a car. You have properties, you have a shop, you have house. Even as minute as using, I say minute,
right,
but for somebody else it's luxurious, as using air condition, you will be targeted. And other areas that we found out that will be targeted are worship centers, businesses, markets, and the list goes on.
So does the military have any plans to protect and ensure that, these places where you have mentioned, worship centers and what have you, markets, will have adequate protection? What kind of contingency plan are you making as a military to ensure that, the peace carries the day?
Good.
Things don't go left.
Good. I will say that the Constitution is very clear as to how and when the military gets involved in such situations. There is what is called military aid to civil authority, which involves the deployment of the military in such a situation in support of the police and civil security to maintain law and order. Until we are invited, we don't come in. But for now, what we're doing is carrying out situational awareness to read what's happening in the environment so that at the point, if we are called in, we know exactly what's happening.
If you are called in as the military, will you be protecting Nigerians? Or is it the government that you'll be protecting? Or will you be maintaining the role that the Constitution says is yours to play?
If we come in as the military, ours is to carry out our constitutional role and responsibilities.
Which is?
Which is to support the civil authority and agencies to ensure law and order is maintained. And the civil authority and agencies we're talking about here now is the police, because at that point, it is assumed that the police is overwhelmed. And so the military comes in to prevent a state of anarchy and lawlessness.
That is the Stevie Wonder spokesperson. A Nigerian soldier. Look at him. That's a soldier. A common thug. Wearing camouflage. That's what majority of them are. Common pure thugs. Unprofessional thugs. So you have not even been invited and you're already threatening everybody. They ask you, if you are invited, who are you going to protect? The government or the people? And it went on and on. Unintelligent people. So they've unleashed those ones, getting them ready. Baba, they unleash the people you can call the cretins, right? The worst of the worst. The ones that are giving Yoruba the worst names. But we will keep putting them out like this. Look at this 70-year-old man. Do you know his name? His name is Raouf Bello Labe Labe. And listen to him.
Protest you. What I've been saying in Yoruba is that the planned nationwide protest is a strategy, new strategy by the Undigbos to destabilize or truncate the democratic governance in this country, simply to vent their spleen on Yoruba nation. But they are not happy as they lost the 2023 presidential elections. They are not happy. And those who are canvassing for this insurrection, the felons, they are felons canvassing for this insurrection, are either Labour Party members or IPOB, the Igbo stock in that party. Why? So I want to appeal to the youth and the elders, patriotic citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to shun that protest. The protest is aimed at truncating the democratic process, and we should not allow that. Let us remember what happened in Kenya, what happened in Sudan, what happened in Libya, what happened in Syria. Since the internal crisis broken out, things have never been the same in those countries. Why should we have, untold hardship on ourselves by some miscreant elements, those who want to destabilize this country? Even if we want to destabilize the country, it is not the time that Yoruba is in charge. It will not happen. It will not happen by the grace of God. So those who are planning this devilish protest should please avoid coming to any Yoruba state. Take your protest to Abuja or your protest.
ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún sí lálìkìyàmọ ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí. ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún sí lálìkìyàmọ ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
Raouf Bello ó ṣòfò ni. Tó bá ní chance láti wo fídíò yìí o, bàbá ó máa ṣòfò ni. Òfò ló yẹ yín, òfò ló yẹrù yín. Foolish people also grow old. You know that? They say you need to respect elders. You need to respect elders. How did people asking the government to reverse policies that has made them poor? How is that an insurrection? How is that and Igbo. And yet every day you are seeing them, Igbo saying, we will not participate. No, Igbo must participate. You are hearing that all the time. But you see bigots like that, those Olori Brukus like that. There are some of them who are Olori Brukus at their young age now. They are in their 20s. The Ronukus, Ronunazis. That's what they will grow up to be. Yeah, that's the kind of person they will grow up to be. And then they will probably look back, want the younger ones to also respect them. If they ask you, make you respect that kind of person, right? Normal. Respect or slap. What will come first? They intentionally mislead people. They paint the pictures of the worst in order to prevent people from actually really standing up to say, we deserve better. What people are asking for, nobody is asking that Thiefnubu should go now. So what is insurrection? His policies destroy lives of people and make his own friends richer. We've seen it. You've seen it. Yorubas are suffering in it. Yorubas are going to protest and you will see it massively. Watch out. You will now better work more harder and tougher. Then they unleashed this clown from Eastern Nigeria too. The way that was dancing that the Thiefnubu assigned Southeast Development Commission. The Ashiri was also on TV yesterday. If this guy is still in Nigeria, I hope he gets trapped in there when the whole shit starts. Okay? Maybe they just kill one person. And then you see this guy on your screen, right? Mark his face.
Let me start with the first question about the protest. You know, why the protests, the news, the rumors about the protests, why it got to the highest point at the moment was because Kenya had an outing. Kenya is a small country compared to 240 million people. Kenya is a small country compared to Nigeria. We can't be taking examples of this kind of ugly outing, from countries like Kenya. And I don't mean so. I said it on the floor of the parliament. They should copy from us. They should copy that when policies are laid out, that those policies take time to mature for implementation. And we should show them that there are non-kinetic approaches to resolution of issues rather than conflict, coercion, and crisis. Why are we the bigger brothers in Africa? If we do what lesser countries do, what example are we giving to them? Let me tell you, if we carry these protests, a lot of other smaller countries will be involved because Nigeria has done that. We will not be doing only this nation a disservice. The sub-region will go into chaos, as well as Africa as a continent. We have to think about those who are watching us as their big brothers and look at the other way where the solution lies. Who told you that with the protests we will get our solution? A man who is intentional and deliberate about what he has come to do. All he's asking for is patience. It's a little time, because a problem of 16 years that was compiled while we live in the whitewashed sepulcher that looks so beautiful from outside and the rotten bones inside, living a lie. He wants to clear that. Let me come to Nnamdi Kanu. My words to Mr. President, as I've always said all the time, is that we are not forcing you. We cannot coerce you as a commander-in-chief. We cannot force you. You are our leader, you are our president. But we are appealing to you. In this same spirit of trying to heal the wounds of the Southeast, in this spirit of equity, in this spirit of fairness, other people like him who were incarcerated have been released. Extend this equity to our brother. Let him come out so that any other person that carries arm on the streets of the Southeast, we will be the one calling the soldiers and the military, the police, to shut them down because they are just common criminals. In an era where people are using Nnamdi Kanu as an excuse to slaughter Igbo men, this year work will not be complete only with the Southeast Development Commission. Complete the job, Mr. President. I appeal to you as your son, as a man who respects you so much, as your follower, as a man who believes that you are intentional about making this country great. I appeal to you once more. Give us Nnamdi Kanu, and we are assuring you that the region will contribute to the general GDP of this country. The income per capita of our region will increase. You will be proud because we will bring value to your administration in these 8 years you are going to.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
That is the one they activated in the East. Plus Oples Uzodingba, Oples Uzodinjo. But when you see the people that are actually coming out for you, all of you, this is how they feel.
I am by name Woda Sander, an indigene of Plateau State from Bokos local government to be precise. I'm so pained and bittered because the government is trying to stop us from expressing our bitterness, expressing our pains. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Nigeria is equally mine as it is for you. You, yes, I mean the government, those of you in high position, those of you in power, you got this power to protect us. You got this power to protect our lives and our properties. But what have we gotten in return? Tons and tons of hardship. We've been displaced from our villages since December 24th. It's been 7 good months. Nobody cared on taking us back to our villages. Our farmlands have been occupied by strangers, by the herders. We don't even know where they are from. And yet the government has done nothing. We're planning to come out in mass to express our bitterness, and threat has been, coming our way. Yes, maybe all you want is to come and arrest all of us. You're free to go about it. You're free to come and arrest us. But one thing you must know is that you have failed. Yes, APC and all your members, you have failed Nigerians. You have failed us. You promised to secure lives and properties. What do we get in return? It's been a lot of hardship, hunger. How much is a mudu of rice? How much is a measure of gari today? How about maize? And nobody's saying anything. All you can think about is how to increase your nonsense, whatever it is, at the expense of who? We're coming out to let the world know that we've had it all enough. We cannot take it anymore. Yes, I mean it. We cannot take it anymore. Our healthcare system is, is something you cannot even talk about. How about the schools? Have you gone around to see the state of our schools today? Food items you cannot even touch. You cannot feed your children. No wonder there's high rate of crime in the society. And is that what you enjoy? I saw a video of a woman that caused the kidnap of her husband because he's not taking care of her children. Is that the people you govern to live? Why is there so much gap between the government officials and the masses? Why? Why do you make it like that? Is it a crime for us to be followers? Must everybody be in the government before you can live well? Must everybody be in the government? Enough is enough. Nigeria belongs to all of us. We are going to protect Nigeria with every drop of our blood. So coming out to protest, we don't mean we're coming out to burn Nigeria down. If we burn it, then where do we call our home? We're not burning Nigeria. We're not fighting anybody. We're not coming out to destroy properties. We're coming out to let the world know what we're going through. We cannot afford to live anymore. Survival is becoming tough. It's becoming something of the fittest. Every day you pray you don't fall sick, because if you do, just know your end has come. Very poor health system. Educational system, zero. Look at these children at the IDP camp. It's been rainy season now, as in it's been raining consistently for the past 1 week. Do you care to know how these children are surviving? These are children that have lost their parents. These are children that cannot go back to their homes. And yet you sit down in Aso Rock feeling like you threaten people here and there. Enough is enough. We're coming out, and you dare not shoot us. You dare not arrest us. You dare not kill us. Because we're not coming out to kill you. We're not coming out to arrest you. We're not coming out to destroy you. We're only coming out to let you know that we are suffering, just in case you don't know. We're coming out to say it. We're tired. Mungaji, Mungaji. If others are not tired, we in Bokos are tired. But I know that the world, the whole country, they are tired. They are tired. We are tired. Mungaji, Mungaji. I'm saying it. I'm tired. I know the pains is costing me, to put up this video. But you know what? It's time we let it know.
Mr. Chairman, impartial panel of judges, accurate thank you, my co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Abdul Kadir from Kasim Primary School, Agel. Strongly standing here before you to oppose the motion, which says voting should be mandatory. Firstly, the use of force in a democratic setting well. Forcing people to vote undermines democracy itself. Hence, democracy is built on the ideas of freedom of choice. People should be free to choose who to lead them. Making it mandatory to vote is directly taking away this freedom. Any government that tries to apply the use of force becomes authoritarian, attacking the personal liberties of its citizens. This alone disqualifies the assertion. The credibility of any election is for people to be allowed to come out en masse on their own to vote. That's even allowed the government and international community to assess the extent to which that election was successful. Having said that, consider the kind of politician we have in this country.